Greetings, friendos, and welcome back to the Oxlayer. For today's video, as you can tell right over here, down below, hello title of the video, I'm going to be trying another snack food. Yes, because it is in fact that time of the week. So, for this one, there's a little bit of history behind this for me. You see, back when I was a young one, there was a movie that came out on the Disney Channel way back in the day. And of course, now my housemate's alarm is going to start going off. Oh well, the show must go on, right? Right, let's keep rolling. So, there was a film that came out from Disney. I think it had a theatrical release back at that point in time. I'm fairly certain it did. My editing self, if you could go ahead and, like, right here on the screen, yes or no. Was there a theatrical release? I'm pretty sure there was, but, you know, it would be nice to have that feedback down there. With that said, the film in question, recently, after over 20 years, I want to say, yes, it's been at least 20 years, I think. Again, editing self, if you want to throw the answer to that particular query right here on the screen, that would be greatly appreciated. But after all these years, Disney finally decided to make a sequel to this thing. Granted, the film did not need a sequel, but the fact that we're getting one, and I hope it's good. I have not seen the thing myself, but apparently it came out a few days ago, as of the recording of this video. I hope it's good, but I don't know. I won't know until I see it myself. And if I do wind up seeing it and making a video of it, it's going to be a very brief little thing. It's not going to be some big, overdone thing like that Phantom of the Opera review, which I see that not many people have viewed. And yet, my new channel pet video is doing fairly well. It's got over 100 views as of right now. But I'm getting off topic, as I usually do. Like I was saying, the movie that I'm referring to is, of course, Hocus Pocus. And it's a movie that, I will admit, it's not the greatest film I've ever seen. And I only watch it, well actually no, I haven't watched it in several years. I think this is the year that I should go back and watch it again. I just haven't had the time the last couple of years between this YouTube thing and between my full-time job, which I would love it if I could just go with the video creation thing, but we're a ways away from that goal. Anyways, that film, I believe, was pretty good. There were several characters and several memorable scenes, like, of course, the one where Bette Midler and the others sing that, "I put a spell on you, and now you're gone, 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 so long." That song. I love that song. At least the way they sing it in that movie. And of course, who could forget Billy the zombie? Like, through the entire movie, he's just chasing after the kids, trying to get them because the Sanderson sisters said so. And of course, because, you know, he was cursed to be the undead because of them. And then, at the end of the movie, when you think, you know, he finally gets, what's the one kid's name? Why can I never remember the names of these characters? I should have done research before I started rambling. But regardless, when he finally gets his hands on the one main male teen character, and we think that he's going to, you know, attack him or whatever, he just grabs the pocket knife the kid was going to use to defend himself and cuts the stitches on his mouth, coughs up the paper and whatever that had been sewn in there all those years prior, and just lets the Sanderson sisters have it. I just love that scene. It's just like, pop, 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 and then, and he just starts insulting them immediately. And he's just turns to the kid and he's like, "I've been waiting centuries to say that." I love it. Billy is a great character. And hopefully he's still a great character in this one because, you know, now that he doesn't have to deal with the stitches and he's actually able to talk through the entire thing, I'm hoping they don't overuse that. I'm really hoping they don't overuse his ability to speak and, like, have him just insulting the Sanderson sisters every time they're on screen. And there's a couple scenes in the original Hocus Pocus where you honestly feel bad for the guy. Like, he chases the kids out of the sewer, and then when he pops up, there's like a truck coming, and he's like, mm-mm. He goes down, and he can't get his fingers in time, and just busts them all off, and you just hear him down there like, I really need to watch that movie again this year. But anyway, regarding Hocus Pocus, the original film, to my knowledge, didn't really get any big tie-ins. There wasn't any cereal or snack cakes or anything silly like that. But this year, for the new film, we got this. Hocus Pocus 2. Limited edition berry blue cereal. Now, one thing I can say that I'm honestly sad about when it comes to this, something that disappoints me a bit, is that they didn't do anything with the back of the box. It's literally just the same artwork, front and back, and the art on the side is much of the same. They just, took the different characters and just put them in different places with the cereal bowl at the bottom. They could have done so much with this. They could have had, a crossword back here. They could have had, Sanderson Sisters trivia. But at the same time, I also understand why they didn't to an extent, because if they started doing trivia and stuff like, what spawned the Salem witch trials and stuff like that, then it could get into some, how shall we say, unsavory territory. But regardless, well, then again, at the same time, they could have just had, I'm getting myself off topic. There could have been recipes and stuff. They could have done something with one of the two sides of the box, but it's just the same artwork on both sides, which is fairly meh, in my opinion. Anyway, I will say, though, for what we did get in terms of the artwork and stuff, I like it. They did a fairly good job representing the three characters. Winifred, Kathleen Najimy, and the other one. For whatever reason, I could never remember the names of the other two sisters. Again, I should have done some research for this. As a matter of fact, and of course I don't have my phone, so I can't just go, as a matter of fact, the names were blah, blah, and blah. At least I remember Winifred. Anyway, my editing self, go ahead and pop the names of the other two, well, all three of the Sanderson sisters. I could have Winifred's name wrong, on the screen. Just back to back to back, like blip, blip, blip. So with that out of the way, we'll move on to the nutrition facts, because, there's nothing scarier around Halloween than having your calorie count go up. So let's see, nutrition facts. This box contains about 9 servings, and each serving is about 1 1/3 cups, or 39 grams of the cereal. And the amount of calories for your 1/3 cup, 39 gram serving of this cereal is 150 before the milk. And again, they're saying the skim milk on the side. It can't just be like several, whole milk, 2% milk. No, it's always the cereal plus skim milk. But the amount of calories with the skim milk, they specify with 3/4 of a cup of skim milk, is 210. So that means that skim milk adds about 60 calories to your bowl of cereal. At least 3/4 of a cup would. So with that said, we're going to stop delaying the inevitable. I'm going to undo the seal on this, light the black flame candle as it were, and bring the Sanderson sisters forth. So here we go. Here's what the cereal looks like in the bag. And there's another alarm going off. Now we open the bag and let's get a whiff of what the berry brew will actually smell like. I'm guessing berries, but it could be watermelon for all I know. The Sanderson sisters are some tricky witches. Ooh, I didn't even get the bag fully open and I already caught a whiff of it. Okay, I've smelled some berry cereals in my time that were just kind of lackluster, some that just kind of smelled like when you freshly open a pack of Tums, but these actually smell really good. It's almost like a blueberry Pop-Tart before you put it in the toaster. That kind of just strong of berry scent. And I like it. So now that the box has been opened, the bag has been penetrated, it is time to gather the other ingredients for our ghastly little gastrointestinal experiment here. We have a cereal bowl mug with our handy dandy spoon. My apologies to any headphone wearing viewers. And of course, we can't have our cereal without the milk. A nice big cup of milk, which I recently measured, and this blue plastic cup right here holds 2 cups of milk, according to our measuring cup. And there's yet another alarm added to the chorus, the symphony of alarm clocks that we're going to hear throughout the course of this video. So, let's add the cereal to the bowl and try and cover up that annoying biddy-deet, biddy-deet, biddy-deet sound. Oh wait. It's gone away on its own. Thank goodness. So now we add the cereal, which, if you didn't notice from when I showed this off initially, there are 3 different colors of stars in this box. And now, in this bowl. We put that over there, we pick up the box, and to seal in that freshness, we roll down the bag, stick that down in there, rebury it like Billy at the end of the first film. I hope he got a good nap between the first film and the second film, because that poor guy deserved it. Although I'm curious what brings him back. Is it just because the Sanderson sisters are reawoken, or do the kids have to go and do something to, raise him from the grave once again? Also, an interesting fact when it comes to that film. The Billy costume is literally the exact same costume that they used back in the 1990s. 1996, I believe it was, when that film was first released. Like, all the way down to the wig. The wig had not been restyled or retouched or anything since it was taken off of the actor's head back then. I think they, disinfected it or something, because all the sweat and stuff from the production of the original film. But, to my knowledge, the wig, I know, but the rest of the costume, I believe, is all original from the very first film. And the guy was able to just put it back on, get the modernized, I'm assuming, prosthetics and stuff, and just went to town as Billy. Again, I can't say for certain, I haven't actually seen the film. I've seen trailers for it, and Billy looks good after all these years. And apparently, he has to inform people that he's a good zombie. But I'm getting off topic again. Let's see. Right, I poured the cereal, so let's get a look at those cereal pieces. All 3 different kinds of the pieces are the same. They're all stars. It's just, different colors. We got an orange one. We've got a yellowish one, which kind of reminds me of Billy's skin tone. And then we have a purple one. Now, according to the image on the box, I'm going to guess these things change the color of the milk to green, because if you look closely, you'll see there's green speckles on all the stars. But I'm not really seeing that too well on the... As I say that, I spot one that's actually got a couple that are visible. Let's go ahead and see if we can get that on camera. That green speck, that blurry spot right there, because my camera wants to focus on me and not what's directly in front of it. So, as we usually do, I'm going to get a bite, and this time I'm going to just do... No, I'm not going to be lazy like that. I'm going to try all 3 different pieces dry and then wet as usual. So, the white and or yellowish one. It tastes like berries and it's nice and crunchy. The orange one. Much of the same, only it's orange. And the purple one. Yep, they all have the same flavor. I was thinking they might have had an ever so slight bit of variety in the flavors, like one could taste like strawberries, one could taste like grapes, because, well, actually, are grapes a berry? Let me know in the comments section down below. Is a grape a berry? Regardless, I thought there might have been a little bit of flavor variety, but that's not the case, as usually it isn't. So now, we add the milk. Double, bubble, boil and trouble. Cauldron, burn, and cauldron, bubble. I've always wanted to say that. And right about there should be enough, because if I add any more, the cereal piece in front of me is going to hit the floor. Get back in there, you little devils. So now then, I'm going to mix this up a little bit and hopefully not dump a bunch of cereal pieces on the floor in the process. Don't you do it. Don't you dare. I see you all there. No, no, no. No, no. Get back in there. Okay, the spoon has been removed, and now I dropped one. Well, you weren't worthy of eating anyway. It was one of the purple stars, in case you were wondering. Or in case, you know, the camera didn't pick it up. Anyway, first spoonful to your health, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay. It's not the best berry flavored cereal I've ever had. I almost said berry scented, but it's serviceable. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I never actually gave my review, my rating for the box. So I'm just going to do that right now and get that out of the way. For the box, I would give this, on our usual score, our usual rating system, you should know by now if you've seen these videos. Starting at 5, going up or down regarding certain factors, blah, blah, blah. I would say that for the box itself, for the artwork, and the fact that the bowl the cereal is in is actually a friggin' cauldron, I like that touch. I'm going to say I give the box a 7, because I like that box. It's a very nice box. And for the cereal itself, for the presentation of it being star-shaped, which is something I haven't seen since the last, I know what it was. It was that Captain Crunch, I believe. There was a Captain Crunch cereal that other guy reviewed around the 4th of July that had star shapes. But I will say for the cereal, and there I go saying I will say again, I like it. I'll give it like just a center of the road a 5. The cereal gets a 5. The box gets a 7 for a grand total. Oh, no. I'm going to give the cereal a 6 for this very specific reason. A 6 for the cereal, a 7 for the box, and that gives us a grand total of 13. Yes. One of my favorite numbers in the entire lexicon of numbers. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cut this here because this is actually my breakfast today, and I want to make sure I get to that while it's still crunchy and it doesn't turn into a gooey, mushy mess in the bottom of the bowl. Because you all know what it's like when cereal gets soggy. So thank you all so very much for coming back. I do truly and greatly appreciate it. And with that, I say unto you, what's a skeleton's favorite snack? Ribs! Spare ribs! Fuck!